My sister stood up at our mother's 70th birthday lunch and called me selfish in front of 12 relatives over a loan that has my father's signature on it. Not mine. 20 years ago, I filled out my own financial aid forms for college. My own loans in my own name. What I didn't know was that my father had quietly signed for something called a parent loan, a loan that legally only he was responsible for, in his name alone. My second year of school, he filed for bankruptcy. It wiped out most of his debt. It also wiped out my financial aid eligibility for the following year. I took a semester off, then another. In the end, I only finished 2.5 years at a small Christian college before the money simply stopped. I built a life anyway. I got married, I stayed home to raise my kids. I kept paying my own student loans, quietly, every single month, out of a budget that had almost nothing extra in it. Then 2020 happened. During lockdown, stuck at home with nothing but time on his hands, my father finally started opening years of mail he'd never bothered with. Notices about a loan he barely remembered signing. He called me, confused. "Is this yours?" I told him the truth. I didn't even know it existed until that phone call. It wasn't mine. It had never been mine. He never made a single payment after that. A month later, my other sister texted me. "Dad said you're refusing to help with his loan." I explained it wasn't my loan to help with. She didn't respond, just left me on red for 3 days. Here's what almost nobody in my family bothered to understand. He had 2 ways out of this, and he pursued neither. During that original bankruptcy, he could have fought to have the loan included, the way people do when they can actually prove hardship. He never even filed the paperwork to try. Or, since he worked a federal job for over a decade, he could have consolidated it and enrolled in a forgiveness program built exactly for people like him. 10 years of qualifying payments, and the balance disappears. He did nothing. He just let it sit. Interest doesn't sit still, even when people do. By the time he retired, with no dependents left, no student to claim, and no reason left to ignore it, the balance had grown from what he originally borrowed into something close to $40,000. That's when my sisters got involved. I'm a stay-at-home mom, no income of my own, still paying off my own loans every month, on a budget my husband and I built around 0 surprises. When my father-in-law passed away, he left us the house we live in and some land. No cash, nothing liquid, just a paid-off roof over our heads. Somehow, that got twisted into, she can afford it now. Nobody asked what a paid-off roof actually meant for our monthly budget. Nobody asked how much was left over once property taxes came out. Today was my mother's birthday lunch. Sandwiches, a cake, 12 relatives crowded around 2 folding tables. My sister waited until dessert to bring it up. "So when are you going to start paying off Dad's loan?" I explained everything, slowly, calmly, the bankruptcy, the missed forgiveness program, the fact that my name has never once appeared on a single document tied to that loan. "I'm not refinancing it into my name," I said. "I don't have an extra $400 a month." Her face changed instantly. "You're being selfish. Figure it out. Dad didn't even know what he was signing up for." She stood up, chair scraping against the floor, and walked out before the candles were even lit. That evening, she sent me a message longer than anything she said to me in years. About family, about loyalty, about how I was choosing money over my own father. I didn't respond right away. Instead, I pulled up the loan servicer's website, the one my father had forwarded me months earlier when he first asked if it was mine. I downloaded the full account summary. Borrower name, one name, his. I sent it to the family group chat with one line underneath it. "This has never had my name on it. It never will." Nobody replied for 2 full days. When my sister finally did, it wasn't an apology, it was a single line asking me to at least help with the interest. I didn't respond to that one either. I muted the conversation, put my phone face down, and went back to making my kids lunches for the week. Some debts were never mine to carry. I just had to stop letting everyone convince me otherwise.